Pretty nice dog, man. It is. Very nice dog. Here, Merlin. Scoot over. Let me sit down. So we can do this. Move it like this. Here, Merlin, sit. No. Sit. Scoot over, Fuzzy. Sit. Okay, so Merlin has separation anxiety, and talking to his dad yesterday, it does seem like a peripheral person gave it to him. It sounds like the grandparents. Anybody, if somebody's hanging around with your dog, they can screw your dog up. That is the point. Keep your dog away from people that are idiots. And boomers like my age, you can't tell your parent they're my age. You're not gonna tell them anything. They're gonna do what they want. And that's a fact. They're gonna do what they want. It sucks, but it's true. You can't, don't let friends and family watch your dog. It's horrible. But one thing that he did tell me, that if your dog's barking or whining or something, don't let him out. Don't let him out of the crate. You're just training the dog to bark and whine. One, you're like, what are you doing? You're bribing them or something, and they're bribed to a point, and they'll do whatever. I'll bark and whine, and I don't have to be in the crate. I can just be out. And your dog roaming around the house isn't safe. And your dog roaming around the house, those dogs get separation anxiety. So you're leaving the house or whatever, and your dog's at the door. That's not really positive. By the way, never give your dog a salutation coming or going. Real bad. Don't say, "Mommy, I'll be right back," or anything. That'll fuck your dog up. Your dog should be in a crate when you leave. That's flat out. And if you can't watch your dog, if it's a young dog, you put the dog in a crate. Like if you go take a shower or something, your young dog might chew something up. These soft-mouthed dogs like Labs, Goldens, dogs like that, man, they chew on stuff forever. You come out and it's eating your couch. It should never be on furniture. Your dog should never be on furniture. So how did it go last night with Merlin? Because the first night he howled. It was a big problem. It went much better. But I've worked with him, had some lessons. He's a skittish dog. He's skittish. We noticed that right away. Destiny closed the door and he sort of jumps. So anytime a dog does something like that, tell him no. No. Don't do that. We don't need that. Just trust me. You're with me. Hey, Merlin, right? Trust me. He's with me. He doesn't need to act that way. So if your dog's skittish, that's not a good thing, and you can make him unskittish. Mango was afraid of everything. He was. He bit so many people, too. Before I had him, he was afraid of the sounds of buses, trains. That dude would go goose hunting with me after about 6 months of being with me. Goose season rolled around. I'm like, you're going, dude. You're going. I could shoot a shotgun around him. He was fine. So people create problems in their dog, and they do this unwittingly. Here, my point is this. It sounds like the grandparents, right? I only do that because the owner's parents did this to the dog. But it might have been the owners, too, because a lot of times an owner will do this unwittingly. They don't, remember doing it, or you have to be very careful the message that you send to the dog. Absolutely. So just know that, even in an 8-week-old puppy, if you're taking baby talk to it or you're treating it a certain way, it'll screw them up. Just flat out, it'll screw them up. So last night went real good. Well, it went pretty good. He didn't do any of the howling until I got a lot of sleep until about 6 in the morning or something, and I had a Garmin collar. It's a poodle, not a doodle. I had a Garmin Smart Dog on him that I only use those collars for bark collars. Now, I want to talk about something. His fur is real thick, and fur is an insulator, okay? So I had the Garmin Smart Dog on him, which has conductive plastic contact points we might not have been making contact to his skin. So make sure it's tight enough that it's making contact to the skin, and like move the collar around a little bit, okay? But I had the Garmin on vibrate, beep, and stimulate. So it would always at least sort of like change the, you know, it breaks up the bark. So I've talked about this before, like if your dog's barking and you had a throw chain would be a slip chain or something. Say your dog's in the crate, is barking at the door, you take the slip chain, throw it so it slides across the floor, your dog looks at that and stops barking. If you do nothing about the barking, it just really continues. Some dogs are more vocal than others, okay? That's a flat out fact. But your dog shouldn't really be barking every time somebody comes to the door. Or if it barks, you tell it to be quiet, it should be quiet. Hey, shut up, quiet. You know, that's it. If you get bark collars, sometimes bark collars, they're real heavy duty. E-collar Technologies makes a great collar, but their bark collars were not too impressive. They were way too hot. Friends of mine said the same thing, and they ended up pitching them too. So I don't know if they're finally making a decent bark collar, but their bark collars were really bad. You don't want that. You don't want that. So like with a dog like this, you have a couple things that you could do. One, with a regular collar, you want long contact points because he's got that hair, and hair is an insulator. It is not a conductor. And I've already told this, and I had people like say, no, you could get, your fingernail can, you know, you touch your finger. No, you might have electricity jump to your finger because it's right there and it might be moist. That might happen. But if your fingernail's this long and you're touching, you put both of them, you're not gonna feel a thing. Okay? I took hair to prove my point. This typical YouTube crap. I'm an electrician and I'm telling you, oh really? Well, I'm not really an electrician, but I work with electrical shit all the time, and I'm telling you, hair is not a conductor. So I took hair, and I took out a section of wire, and I replaced it with hair. It does it, it's non-conductant. You cannot, so you have a dog like this with heavy fur. You have a couple options. If you're, like we might, with the bark collar, the Garmin, we're gonna try it again tonight, see if it'll make contact. But if it gets real long, it's not gonna make contact. So you could just shave it down a little in a section where the bark collar would go with the plastic conductor. They don't make that collar anymore, by the way, that Garmin Smart Dog, so I don't give them away. So I'm gonna tell the owner, like, maybe they wanna buy one of those on eBay. I'm not giving any of those up. I only have 2 left. I'm not giving them up. There's no way. So, they're effective for only bark. Don't use your phone. It's Bluetooth, so you can't correct the dog when it's 10 feet away. It's bullshit. But as a bark collar, it works pretty good. So if you have a dog with real heavy fur, you can get longer contact points, which we're gonna use those with him, with the micro educator or mini educator. So that you have to make contact to the skin or your e-collar's not working. And we want the e-collar as low as it can be. So when it's not making good contact, you have a tendency to dial it up. Now the problem with that is that it's not making good contact, but then it moves around a little bit, and then all of a sudden it's making good contact. You get a vocalization from your dog. What I'm saying is you could shave a little section where your e-collar goes. You could do that. That's fine. That's totally acceptable. Or you could get the longer titanium contact points from e-collar Technologies and make sure that it's making contact that way. So like with an Akita, something like that, something with a real heavy coat. Like these dogs, doodles, sometimes their coat gets like real heavy duty. You know, I'll switch into that. I recommend the titanium contact points because most dogs, they're considered hypoallergenic. The titanium dogs aren't allergic to them because if you use the stainless steel contact points, they have nickel in them. And nickel's like the same thing as like if you give your girlfriend cheap jewelry, it's gonna turn her finger green, right? Dogs the same way, but they have a tendency to like get a redness and a sore. So That's flat out. Now, this dog has already had some skin issues with a chicken-based food. I will say this about chicken-based food. If it's chicken-based dog food, there's other stuff in that dog food that your dog will be allergic to. So many times you put a dog on just raw chicken and the dog's fine. That's the fact. But you can also switch the dog into pork, which gets sort of pricey. Or they make pork-based dog food, they make duck-based dog food. If you want something that's cost-effective and you're gonna do dog food, which I don't recommend dog food. It's terrible, it's terrible. They make pork-based dog food is probably the most cost-effective you're gonna get. You're using duck, pheasant, anything like that. If you have a dog that has skin issues and you wanna try a different protein source, you have to make sure that the dog is getting nothing but that protein source. They can't eat food off the floor, right? You can't give them, so you just keep them on that one protein source of 2 months. If the skin has not cleared up, then you try another protein source, and once again, you do it for at least 2 months, and you start knocking them out. Many times, pork, dogs seem to be cool with pork for some reason. I don't know what that is, but that's a fact. So, but remember that if your dog is on dog food, flat out, it's on dog food and there's chicken in the dog food or whatever, if you put them on a raw diet, low in fibrous plant material, like, you know, the dog food has a lot of corn and whatever in it, and that's not really what dogs eat. Many times you're like, oh, look, my dog's skin cleared up. So you might try just using raw chicken for 2 months because raw chicken's really cheap. Talking about 69 cents a pound. So last night was pretty good. I woke up this morning feeling like, oh yeah, that went pretty good. You know, that's better than the first night. Your dog has separation anxiety. You must be consistent with this. If you're gonna make the dog better, if you can afford to get your dog to somebody like me that is qualified to do it, not just somebody that says that they're a dog trainer, somebody that has actually worked with a lot of separation anxiety dogs, do that. You take your dog to the vet, that's a mistake. That's a mistake. They're gonna wanna put it on drugs that are made for a human, SSRIs and stuff like that, which sort of takes a little edge off the dog, but it's still, the behavior's still there. You still have a dog that's a mess. So you wanna get rid of this, and how you get rid of it is by changing its behavior. And dogs, once we change their behavior, if we do it for a certain amount of time, it sort of changes. I'm not saying that the dog can't go back into it. So watch out who's interacting with your dog. This dog's behavior is already changing, you know, in less than 48 hours or whatever. Last night wasn't too bad. We heard a little bit of whining, but I also heard he would start the howling, but the e-collar would go off, the Garmin collar would go off, he would stop. And then there would be a lull, and then start again, the e-collar would go off, but you have to get your dog to stop barking. If the dog continues barking or howling or whatever, however your dog displays the separation anxiety, you have to get them to quit doing it. Or else it just keeps getting worse. And then your dog gets worse and worse and gets more screwed up in the head. They get more sort of frantic. And you have to use a crate with the separation anxiety dog, and you should be using a crate always with your dog. That's how you keep them from getting separation anxiety. Don't say hello, don't say goodbye, use a crate. No baby talk, okay? Remember, consoling a dog when a dog has the appearance of being frightened, I hate to use frightened or scared or fear because it's just an excitement of the mind. So if in other words, like dogs are out in the cold, if this dog didn't have this coat, if it was a skinny dog and was just sitting around for a while, they start shivering, right? That's to shake off calories. You need to feed them more. But like dogs that are like shaking, right? There's like this excitement in their mind. The example would be, say, Tonka. We're not hunting anymore, but when we would hunt and get on a bird and it'd be a point, he's so excited that you could see his body's trembling, but he's not moving, but his body's trembling. Don't think because your dog is shaking that your dog is scared or something. Think of it as like an excitement. There's an excitement in the mind, and that's not a positive thing for most dogs. But that's all it is. So don't use like this tone of like, it'll be all right. Oh, don't worry about it. You do that, that's a pleasing tone to the dog, right? And there's already this excitement in the dog's mind. You're conditioning the dog to be that way. Don't ever console a dog that you seem as frightened. If your dog, you're walking and there's like grates in the city, and your dog doesn't want to go on the grates, no good. Walk that dog on the grate. If I'm walking on the grate, you should too. There's nothing to be frightened of, dog. Pull the dog on the grate. Your dog should be proficient at basic commands. Sit down, whoa, heel, put the dog at sit or whoa or something on the grate. So there's nothing to worry about. Pull the dog off the crate, walk it back on again, and you'll see that the dog stops being flipped out about the grate. All right? Now that's different than manhole covers in the city. I will just send this out to you. If you have a dog and you're in the city and there's been a lot of ice and there's melting ice and there's been snow and that's melting into the manhole covers and there's salt, a lot of times those manhole covers can become electrified. This is during the winter. So stay away from those things. Don't walk your dog on top of those things. Generally speaking, they're very safe, but like once every year or two, there's some story about somebody walking their dog on there and getting shocked. So stay away from those things. Also in the city, I've heard of those things like there's like an explosion underneath them and they pop up. So I don't walk the dog on those things in the winter. In the summertime, I don't worry about it. But don't make a big production about like, oh, don't step on it if your dog's already stepped. Just walk over it. The chances are so slim, right? Don't be like, oh, get off of that, because then you're creating this thing. It's like you create a thing with your dog, like if it's raining and you're like, you have to take this extra step thinking that your dog needs to put on a raincoat. No dog needs to put on a raincoat, okay? It's nonsense. So it's raining. You open the door, it's raining. Oh, we got to put on your raincoat. Your dog picks up on this shit. The dog starts reading you, and then the dog's like, oh, look, it's raining. I'm supposed to have this raincoat on. Just take your dog out in the rain. Every dog should be able to go to the bathroom. And, you should be, if it's raining, should be able to go to the bathroom in a minute or two, okay? So take an umbrella, whatever. If you got a puppy and it's raining, get your dog outside and get wet. Make sure that your dog sees you getting wet. If you have a puppy and you want to get it to swim and it's summertime or spring or whatever, you put on some hip boots or waders if you don't want to get wet, and walk the dog into the water. Make sure it can swim. People create this nonsense in their dogs. Like they want the dog to swim, but then the dog doesn't really get it, so it's sort of like dances around the edge, One other thing while we're on the subject, don't try and teach your dog to swim at the ocean, because those crashing waves will screw your dog up. They'll be like, fuck, I gotta get away from that. Something else about the ocean, don't take your dog there. It's summer and you're taking your dog to the beach. You know what happens? Your dog gets hot, and what's it do? It drinks salt water. You think that's healthy for your dog? It's not. It's not even close to being healthy for your dog. Taking your dog to the beach is so stupid. Dogs don't do things that people do. Don't take your dog to like 4th of July celebrations. Those are like for people. Your dog's not going to get it, and your dog's going to be flipped out with fireworks. They sound totally different than thunder. If your dog isn't freaked out with thunder, great, but you take it to 4th of July and it sees stuff in the sky and hears it, it's going to flip them out. 4th of July is the #1 day that dogs go to emergency rooms. More dogs go to emergency rooms on 4th of July than any other day. So there's these things that people do, like, oh, I'm going to the beach, I want to take my dog. Well, your dog doesn't function good in sun. They don't like it. They don't like it. There's no shade. Your dog functions good at this dog in this weather, 27 degrees or something. This dog loves it. We could do retrieves. That'll be fine. Same thing with baby the pit bull. She's a big, tough pit bull. She doesn't really care if it's cold. You know, we wouldn't want to be outside with a dog like that for hours on end because it has like real Tonka, though, man. Same thing. Tonka is German short hair. It has no fur, like baby. As long as the dog is moving, it stays warm. That's when they're sitting. Like this dog, it doesn't. It's like sitting, probably warmer than me. So just keep this shit in mind. Your dog is non-human. It's non-human. And to treat it like anything other than a dog is unfair to the dog. I try and find some kind of like analogy to explain this to people. They don't get it. They see the big soulful brown eyes and they're like, oh, you know, it's a morphed little human being. No, it's not. If aliens came to this planet and the aliens, this is stupid, but like if the aliens ate standing on their head and they insisted that we did that, it would be cruel. They're treating us like them, and that's not how it is. Treat the animal like it's supposed to be treated. Doing anything other than that is unnatural. It's abusive. It's totally abusive. Giving people food is abusive to your pet. It's going to screw up your dog's behavior. One, that's real important, and it doesn't have the proper amount of calcium in it, so you're going to screw up the dog's calcium phosphorus level. If your dog does not get enough calcium, it'll leach it from its own bones. All right? They need at least twice as much as that bone is part of their body, or part of their diet. So you don't want them leaching calcium from their own bones. That is really unhealthy. Don't give them milk. Grapes are toxic. Chocolate, caffeine, alcohol. Your dog can't process this shit. It's all toxic to your dog. You know somebody that gives their dog booze? They're an asshole. Why do you think your dog would need a buzz? You think that that's funny? I saw that recently on Facebook, and I was like, oh, I don't need to see your shit anymore. I said something and removed them from my friends list. I hate Facebook, by the way. It's stupid. But why do you think your dog would need a buzz? They don't. They don't need a buzz, okay? No human needs a buzz. So, do you see what I'm saying? So why would you do that to your dog? Oh, you're an alcoholic, so you think your dog should be too? You're a jerk. You're a jerk. You will make that dog into an alcoholic so quick, I swear to God. They will just want the booze. They will do anything. They'll knock it over. They'll get that beer if they see it. They'll knock it over. Oh, and then you're just sitting off laughing. I had somebody giving my dog beer. I was furious. Why are you doing this? It was a friend. You cannot trust friends and family. They will not do the right thing. I want to, this dog, I want to start working hold with him. He's similar to Baby, from what I understand, in that, like, if you throw something, like you throw a Frisbee, he can even catch it, but he's not going to bring it back. Like Leo. He's a lot like Leo. Leo would do that. And that's improper because each time the dog drops it and you go get it, you're telling the wrong thing to the dog. Don't even do that with your dog. You're just screwing it up. You're making things more difficult in the whole dog thing. It's not just, it's going to manifest itself in other ways. So you don't do retrieves until you got the dog doing a proper hold. Flat out. Flat out. Work on your basics. Don't be like, oh, look, the dog likes to do this. It likes to run after a stick, right? And think that you're, exercising the dog, but you're actually training bad shit into the dog. Not just that. You're training other things, like just a total disrespect. And remember, your dog can't love you. Your dog can only, like you a lot. And in the dog world, like, the comparable thing to love would be respect. If your dog respects you, it loves you. You see dogs when they leave, man, they're totally into me. They're totally into me. I teach them how to play a game, So I want to see how he is, like, if he'll hold the object. And we have to teach him this. Now, one thing I'll say about teaching the dog hold is that he's got an e-collar on, but you don't use the e-collar. Maybe if you have a real hard-headed dog and he's not, I have in the past, like, had the object out here, and I'll say hold, and as I'm saying hold, I use my toe to hit the remote, and then when it goes in the dog's mouth, I let up. That's a real hard-headed dog. I haven't run into one of those in a long time. So if you just condition the dog to hold it properly, teach the dog to take it from your hand, and then pick it up off the ground, and then once they pick it up off of the ground, spin into heel, you have half the battle. So I'm going to take my gloves off here. So some gloves Destiny bought me yesterday, which was very nice at Tractor Supply. So I need my hands. Let's see how he does here. Hold. No, hold. 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 Good. Hold. 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 Drop. Good! That's fucking awesome, man! We'll get him to do a good retrieve, I guarantee you. Like baby. You know, he's got to learn how to do all this shit right because he just sort of learned it wrong. Hold. You take that. Hold. 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 Drop. That's awesome, man. You got a booger in your eye, dude. Here, come on. That's real good, man. I like that. So his dad has done some stuff with him, but it's not, like he said, you know, it's, you make it look real easy. It's not that easy. It's true. Like the time that you spend trying to get the dog to a certain point, time is money, you know? And it's going to be done right when I do it. I've just been doing it so long. I've been around this since I was a little kid. Hold. Hold. There's a little divot under here. Like you can put a little pressure there. And like I'll do this with their ears. And it keeps them holding it, right? And I'll go, hold. So I'll habituate them to the word. Hold. You're a good boy. That's awesome, dude. 2 ways keeping his head up. I like that. Like that. If he bent his head down, I'd go like this, right? He's not chewing on it, which is real good. Hold. Hold. Drop. Very nice. Very nice. So I don't know how quick we're going to be able to get him to pick it up off the ground for me and spin into heel. But he has to do that. You know, there's a lot of dogs come here, like, the owners try. Leo, you know, Leo's just hard-headed, and, you know, the guy's a retired cop and does other things, you know, he doesn't do this for a living, so it's just easier for Leo's dad to, like, Leo's dad picked up, like, leash technique and everything super quick. So, your leash, how you hold your leash, don't think that it's not a big deal. It is. And that's one of the things that's hardest for some people to learn. Man, I worked with this basketball player in the city, man. He had a fucking terrible time with it. Just recently I worked with an owner, terrible time picking up on it. But they finally pick up on it. It's just sort of like you do it and they're like, what? Let me see that. Like it's sort of like weird, you know, but here, let's see if I'll take it. Hold. Yes! Yes, good boy. Hold. Hold. Hold, you fuzzy wing. Look at you. Hold. Hold. Good boy. Hold. Okay, drop. Now these are scented with bird scent. So then when we start doing scent work with him, he's used to that scent and he's associating it with something positive. So we could hide this or hide pheasant wings, whatever. Also, if you're working with a dog and it's new, like he's sitting real good, right? Couple days of working with him and he's being pretty compliant. If a dog came here and was non-compliant, I put the dog in a high collar, meaning the collar would go straight up like this someplace. So I kind of immobilize the dog, right? But he's doing real good. Hold. No, hold. No, hold. There you go. Good boy. Hold. Little divot here. Put a little pressure. Make sure he's holding it. If he opens his mouth, get a little pressure going up. Hold. Hold. Good boy. Hold. Hold. Good boy. Hold. Yes. You're a good guy. Good job, Merlin. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. Drop. Now, as the board and train progresses, this guy should be less skittish, that's for sure. So we'll see less of that. There's, you know, when a dog's around me, stuff starts getting knocked off as far as like bad behaviors go. And the owner, like, man, they try their best, but they're, it's like, you know, stuff just happens, and then it just like, it doesn't stop. The point is like shit has to stop. So the skittishness, if there was skittishness, like say the dog got like barn sour, I'm gonna correct the dog instantly. You get your ass at heel. So the dog learns that it must stay at heel. There's not a damn dog in the world that it could be super aggressive, but if it knew heel properly, the dog is not a danger to anybody. I use the analogy of this. If people that kept these large cats, if somebody had a cougar and it never got out, what's the problem? There's no problem. They're just a nut because they want a cougar, right? But that's not the problem. The big cats get out and they're going to hurt somebody. So, but if it's contained, it can't hurt anybody unless they put their hand in the cage, right? Same thing's true. You could have like a dog that has issues, but if it's, at heel and behaving itself, then you just have the problem of like, well, is anybody going to reach into the cage? But a dog that knows a proper heel, look at dogs that do protection. They're highly trained first in basic commands. It's not going to just pop out of heel and go, jump on the sleeve. It waits for the command. It's all about training your dog. It doesn't matter, what you think. You got damn dog. If you don't have time to train it, or you don't have any experience training it, you better find somebody that can do it, because we got 4 million dogs dying every year. That's not counting the dogs that die in backyards, right? That's not counting dogs that are put down at the vet. 4 million in the United States, 4 million. And we got about the same number of people getting bit. And as far as getting bit, it's about 50% kids, 50% adults. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. You get a dog. I always say this to people that have kids and get a dog. I'm like, are you out of your fucking mind? These people got a kid, but they're like, we gotta get the dog trained. We got a kid. You love the dog. You care about the dog. Get it trained. There is this phenomenon. This is true. This is something that I've seen throughout the years. I owned a pet service in Brooklyn, and I would see this a lot. And that people would get a dog, like right when the wife got pregnant or whatever. They want to get a puppy too. Like, we're supposed to have a puppy and a dog. I'm like, what are you thinking? It was like this weird thing. So then they have like a puppy that's 8 months old or 9 months old, and then they have a baby coming. Like, a 9-month-old puppy is still a wreck, especially if you don't have training. And I've trained many people's dogs that they contact me, yeah, we got a puppy and we have a baby coming. That's using intelligence. You want a dog. You want a dog, and you want it well behaved, because a kid's going to be running around. The kid's going to bring friends over. So you need to say kennel and have the dog go to the kennel. That's a smart person, okay? That's a smart person. If you want to get a dog, I mean, it's all fine and dandy to say, well, I want to get a dog, but like, man, I don't care if it's a 4-pound Yorkie or Chihuahua. If you're not going to get it trained, that dog is going to be unstable. And we see that a lot in little dogs, because people don't train them. They think, well, it's 4 or 5 pound dog. I don't need to get it trained. Mango bit how many people before he lived with me? Lots. He bit lots of people. It becomes more and more ingrained. You gotta like be careful, like with a dog like that. Like, strangers don't need to pet even a nice dog, okay? Not that Mango's not nice, but that's a bad description of a dog. But like a dog with no issues, like, because they create issues in your dog. That's not socializing your dog. Socializing your dog is having your dog around people and it behaving, not jumping on people. And if people pet your dog, they're going to excite it. And then your dog is going to be conditioned when it sees strangers to be excited. So why are you doing that? Why do you let strangers pet your dog? Or it becomes like there's an excitement in the mind that looks frightened, but people keep petting it. Oh, it's going to get better with this. No, it's going to get worse, dummy. It's going to get worse. The worst is the people that like, oh, I'm going to socialize my dog by taking it to the dog run. You're a lazy piece of shit, one, because you don't want to work with the dog and you feel guilty. So you take the dog to the dog run under the guise of Blue Jays. What's up, Dix? Under the guise of like you're doing something good for the dog. You're not doing anything good for the dog. You're going to train the dog into a fighter, or it's going to pick up parasites at that filthy place. You're not doing anything. Why don't you go work with your dog in the yard? This is the truth. Working with your dog, if it's trained. You can drill your dog for 10 minutes in the morning, 10 minutes in the evening. You're doing great. That's what people do that get their dog trained here. They can work with the dog a few minutes a day. You take it to the dog run, let it run around for an hour, and still it keep running around. You work the dog, exercising the body and the mind, doing drills. That's tiring to the dog, and then the dogs go inside. They want to decompress. They rest. You think you can tire out the dog by walking it? That's Cesar Millan bullshit. How far are you going to walk? You going to walk it an hour a day and an hour in the evening? Isn't that the recommendation that he says? You got an hour you got 2 hours a day to do that? It's unrealistic crap. That's unrealistic bullshit. I don't have 2 hours a day. Well, I would, but the point is that I can get more bang for my buck because dogs are trained. I can go out and play Frisbee using discipline, making the dog sit before I throw the Frisbee. You saw Destiny working with a very difficult dog yesterday. Tonka. He's high drive, most hyperactive dog I've ever known. She worked Tonka for 10 or 15 minutes throwing a Frisbee. That's positive for the dog. Except Tonka, you play Frisbee with him, he's going to want to keep playing, right? That dog does not tire out. He was bred to be, it's like the equivalent of a racehorse. So that's what I own. That's what Tonka is. He's like the equivalent of a racehorse. He was bred to hunt all day. I could be like for a hunting guide. And then get up the next day and hunt all day. That's what he is. He's an athlete. So, I was looking at, then I was seeing snow. There's like snow. This is all bullshit. It's bullshit snow. Nothing's really, I'm happy about it because we don't have a snow shovel right now. So, I don't want to deal with it with, using a regular shovel, but we got to go to Home Depot. Thinking about buying one on Amazon, but you know what? You buy a snow shovel on Amazon, it's going to come and it's going to break. You got to look at them because they many times they're meant to last one season. That's not going to cut it with me. I want a decent shovel. Look for the shovel that has like metal in the anyway. Don't buy a cheap one. You have an extra what? An extra snow shovel? It's no big deal. We'll get one at Home Depot, but thank you, Trevor. It's very nice of you to say that. What else? I don't know. That's it. This dog's rocking out. Obviously, it's going to be great at retrieving. We'll get him doing reverse retrieves, too. Hey, sit! I started the weed pulls with him yesterday. Typical, not doing it good. But he'll get it. Let me, here, I'll just take this inside and continue streaming. I'm cold, okay? I'm sort of cold, hang on. Yeah, come on, you wanna go with me? Of course you're going with me, come on. Heel. Here, come on. You gotta go, hurry. He don't have to go. Here, heel, come on. No, heel, good boy. Real nice dog. This dog's gonna be awesome. I was real happy that he didn't really do the howling thing into the morning. There was a large stretch of time that he didn't do it. Like when we went to sleep, like The first night, we went upstairs and he would start right away. You know, we'd go out the door, the dog would start right away. Oh, listen to everybody going fucking ape shit, right? They're all right with this dog, though. Hey, would you knock it off, dude? Here, come here. Knock that bullshit off, man. What's the matter with you? Come on, big boy. My glasses are all fogged up. Here, come on. Good job, Merlin. How's your bread? I'm live streaming. Come here, here. Nobody can see you, though, in your little jumpsuit thing. Destiny has some bib overalls now, like Dexter has. I think Dexter's are my color, if I'm not mistaken. I like the brown ones. Destiny is making banana bread. What do you mean trying to? It looks like banana bread to me. My glasses are so fogged up I can't see. Right? Well, what temperature were you supposed to put it at? 350. Okay. And what do you mean it's not cooked?
Well,
did you test it?
it tastes good. It's cooked on the outside, but the inside is still mushy. And I don't know if I let it sit, if it'll be fine.
Well, when you take something like that out of the oven, you don't cut it right away. You sort of like let it sit up.
Okay.
So, and that would be a real moist cake. Sit up and then just do it. What? It's like don't put it in that though. It's like it's out of the fridge. Yeah, it'll be fine. It looks good. It's like a brownie. Not gonna be bad. But why not? Hey, knock it off! No. No. You did good, dog. You did real good. Hang on. You're a good dog. How long did it say to leave him down?
An hour.
Oh, there you go.
But it's been like an hour and 10, 15 minutes. So it might be overcooked.
We got pumpkin bread in there too.
Yeah, I'm gonna make that.
I wish we could find the fucking silicone can. What? Dog. You did good. Sit down, dude. Sit. What? What are you doing? What? No. Look at that. Destiny the chef. No! What are you doing? You need to go out. Yeah, let me take this back now. That's alright. Can you go talk in the live stream for just a little bit?
Yeah.
Come on, let's go.
Hey, everybody. Hey, pals. Peter will be right back. Hey, Toxic. I'm making banana bread, but I think I messed it up. Because I tried to put butter in it to, like, you know, make it moist and tasty. But I think I put too much butter. Hi, Trevor. Yeah, but I'm gonna remake it. It is live. Hi, Rachel. Khaki laid an egg. She just did that. She must have just did that. What do her eggs look like? Do you want to see it? No, that's not the cat. That's the duck. That's Khaki. Look. That's it. Honestly, I still feel kind of weird about eating them. Because it's like, it's Khaki. But she makes really great eggs. I should be more comfortable with it because it's like my pet, but... Go.
Oh. Here. Want water? There you go.
You should get more chickens. What happened to them? Oh. That sucks. Rats are the worst. Aw, you're using her as a reference for art. Pumpkin is one of your French girls.
We put their collars on.
Egg.
Oh, there you go. A khaki egg. Khaki. Okay. I will be right back.
Okay.
Tell them about your days wrestling alligators.
Oh, they don't want to know about that.
All right. She would wear a bikini. She'd wrestle the alligator and then smash the alligators right underneath her chin, which I find fascinating.
Pumpkin is a good dog.
Pumpkin's what?
A good dog.
Pumpkin is a good dog.
Yeah.
What's the toxic?
Yeah, because of Toxic. You're good at drawing dogs. You drew my dog, I remember. I know. I love Carhartt everything. I got a Carhartt beanie and Carhartt socks the other day. I was really excited. Oh, he had good timing. Peter's he's good company to have on while you're doing stuff. Oh, we're gonna stream with Sam soon. Peter's coming back. Yay. Come take your spotlight back.
I will. I'm looking for the here. Billy's. I don't need his bullshit. Oh, that's not on. That's because it's. Okay. I gotta plug this in. I'm coming right back.
I'm going.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah, you
leaving.
can go.
If Habitat for Humanity is open today, we should go look for stools.
Alright. I don't got no money if you want to buy one.
Yeah.
I ain't got no. Nothing. No, that's when I talk like a hillbilly. Dang girl, you're cuter than a speckled pup. That's what I said when I first met Destiny in person. Dang girl, you're cuter than a speckled pup. It's true. Hang on, well, I don't really need that light. I'm gonna turn this light on anyway, hang on. I really like myself looking good. I gotta have correct lighting. It's all about looking good. Dang girl, you're looking good, you're looking fine. You're looking fine, girl. What do you mean, just fine? Is there something better than fine? You're looking hotter than... Buddy. Dang, girlfriend. No. Oh, hi, how y'all doing? Hope you were polite to Destiny. Yeah, you better retract that message. Keki always sounds like that. Oh, okay. Oh, great. I'd love to see Sam. He's a stunner. Well, we're working on it. I just don't want to go up there and stand for a long time. I just was outside.
That's what made me think of the stools that comment.
Right. So if there was a stool, like Sam's perch, like that he roosts on, is pretty high. But if you were on a stool, you'd be about the same height. So, I'm not gonna lower his thing. He can keep it like that. I'll just use a taller chair. Speaking, I'm not that tall. I know everybody thinks I'm like 6'5" and shit, but I'm not. I'm 4'9". I'm 4'9", and when I learned to drive a car, I used phone books, and I'd sit on those, and then I'd duct tape like blocks of wood to the pedals so I could reach them. I'm not real tall, and I weigh I'm 4'9", and I weigh 89 pounds. I know I look bigger, but I'm not. I'm not a wee person. I'm just petite. Baby, am I petite?
Yeah.
See? Destiny is not my wife, but Destiny, how tall are you? She's 4'5", right? And weighs like 70 pounds. We're just small. We're a small house. I mean, we live. This is it seems like this is a normal sized house, but it's like it just looks sort of bigger because we're, you know. I have real tiny feet too. I got feet the size of an infant. My feet are so small. I just got picked on in school because of it too. Like in gym class afterwards. You know what I'm saying? It was not. You both look tall, especially Destiny. That's right. Leprechaun people. Destiny is very much a leprechaun. You must. Oh, because we buy kids' clothes, you mean? Yeah, we do save some money. We do. I'll go shopping at like the kids department at Sears. You know, like this was special ordered at Tractor Supply. I said, you know, I need a kid small. You know, and that this is everything. Either, you know, it has to be tailored a lot of times. But yeah, we do save money, and since we're wee people, we don't eat much, so we probably spend less on food than most people. You know, there's some advantages, but what's up, Dominic? I don't know. That's it. I'm just glad to be inside. It's getting sort of cold out there. That dog is impervious. Those poodles and the labradoodles and the golden doodles. No, we won't fry it today. Just use it if we want to, but it's not like, oh, we got plenty of duck eggs. I boiled some the other day. What's the temperature? I don't know, 28 or something. It's not super cold. Those gloves seem to work real good. I mean, they work enough that, oh, I better plug this one in too. They were good enough for like dog training. Like dog training, I'm never out there for hours on end. So I noticed and I was sitting down for a lot of that. So by the end, like I noticed my fingers were sort of getting cold, you know. But I have to have them available. You know what they had at Tractor Supply is mittens that looked real good. My dad had a pair of mittens for shooting. You know, you could shoot with them and you pull your hand out of them real quick. I'm gonna take another look at those things at Tractor Supply. They looked like they were leather and they had a zipper here so you could do that. Like that would have been fine but I honestly, this is a new dog. I need to have my fingers available. And you cannot, now that I think about it, no, I won't. Well, in some stuff it'd be fine, but you can't hold the leash right with mittens. Oh, wait a minute, let me think. No, you could. Yeah, because your thumb hole, you know, your thumb goes in the hole. Yeah, you could. What am I thinking? Yeah. I might consider them. I have lots of stuff coming up. Well, I had lots of expenses this fall, so maybe I'll hold off on the mittens and just think about it. Fall's always terrible for me. It is. I got the insurance for the house, the fucking property taxes come. So all this stuff that just all of a sudden happens in the fall. I don't know why. Oh, it's probably because I bought the house in the fall, so there's like all this shit that happens in the fall. But property taxes come for everybody at the same time of year, I assume. I always cut my gloves to make them fingerless, rendering them useless. Yeah, because it's your fingers that get cold. I tried ordering a mini educator through Amazon. It comes up to 300 USD for delivery in Amazon. Heartbroken. Wow, that's pretty expensive. That is pretty expensive. But like shipping overseas is like, did you contact the company? Why are you? E-Collar Technologies, you can buy from them directly. I don't know if that's what you did. Maybe it'd be, if you told them this, you told them that you were a dog trainer, told them where you lived, you would get a discount. Okay, but you have to be an actual dog trainer, which it sounds like that's what you want to do, right? So contact the company. If you could call them some way and say, I'm a dog trainer, I heard that like I could be a dealer. Okay, so you say, I want to be in the dealer program. So contact them and say, I'm a dealer, where I live. I don't know what a certified dog trainer is. That's not necessarily a good thing here. That just means you're a food trainer here. People say that, I'm a certified dog trainer. Oh, really? What's that? Okay, because I'm not certified, all right? So I don't know what that is. That's like fake shit. There's like, that just sounds like fake credentials to me. I won't even bring that up, but do you understand what I'm saying? Like, you don't need that here. I don't know. In some states, you have to have like some kind of license. Most states you don't. It's like training a horse or whatever. If you can do it, you can do it. You have, some people are like, that live in cities, like there's like, you live in a city in California, you have to pay for like I don't know, some kind of deal. I live in the country though, so this state you don't need anything like that. Toxic, you were questioning. I'm not certified. Is that what you were questioning? No, I'm not. I didn't go to ABC school where they give you a diploma, thank God. That would be the worst thing that's terrible. That's what they do with the food trainers. Like you go to this, they go to this ABC food training school, and then at the end they give you like this fake diploma saying that, you know, you passed their course and you're certified. It doesn't mean anything, okay? Like, people say about service dogs. Do you certify service dogs? You know, I'm like, you don't need that. You don't need that. You need to state that is a service dog. That's what you need to do, if anybody asks. And they can't ask you for anything other than that. Although, what I do is I write letters for people that are like going on planes and stuff. I've done that many times. You know, my name's Peter Kane, I'm a dog trainer, I train this dog, da 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 da, this dog can do this, and, you know, I've trained it for so many. Do you understand what I'm saying? What is your career and destinies? What are you talking about? We're artists and we train dogs. And I'm an artist, comedian, dog trainer. Destiny's an artist and she trains dogs. What do you mean, like, do we want to be lawyers? I don't think. Honey, do you want to be a lawyer or a doctor? No. No. I'm a dog trainer. I've been doing it for years. Does Destiny have her art online for sale? Not yet. Not working on it. You know, she's building a website right now, figuring out how to do it. Well, she's doing it. Don't be a doctor. No, I don't want to be a doctor. How would I do that? I know somebody that went back to med school when they were like 40. I've known people that. There's always somebody at art school that's real old too. Like when I was at the Art Institute, I was like 22 or something. And there was always like somebody there that was going like my age, you know. It was like, you know, why are you doing that? Like, do I have an art studio? I don't know. You ask like really strange questions, man. Like, no, I just have this in the middle of this room. There's this. I'm just working on this monstrosity over here. There's a barn with a bunch of artwork. And we work on stuff wherever. That's really strange questions. Like, what did you think this is? Does this look like a home? There would be people that would make comments online regarding your home. I had another place in Brooklyn. I had this, and I had a place in Brooklyn. And they comment on the loft in Brooklyn, like,
Can I make these?
what? Yeah, put them in. There's 2 of them too. Put them in aluminum foil and throw them in the oven. And people would make comments like, "Your house is a pigsty." It's a business space, idiot. It's an art studio. What, you think that this is... But with that said, if, let's say hypothetically, I had this house and I had another house, and the ultimate goal would be to have the other house look more like a normal house. Do you know how long that would take before I'm like in the living room making something? People real fast. It wouldn't happen.
What do you usually put the oven on for them?
Oh, I don't know, 350 or something. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I will make stuff wherever. I don't know. Destiny's the same way. It's just like, what are you gonna do? Like, if there were 2 houses and one was supposed to be just like a normal looking house, if it was big and nice, maybe you could keep stuff out of like one area but there would be areas in that house that be used to make art too, because if you wanna work on something, you go work on it. Like my mom painted for a while. And it's like, you know, you have the painting up. You don't put the paintings away. You don't put the painting away or the paint away because you want to just walk to your painting and work on it. Now, she was doing stuff on an easel, which if I do a painting that's on a wall, like I don't, you know, I tack something up on a wall or hang a canvas on a wall. I don't know too many people that use easels. There was a group of people at the Art Institute that would do that, and those are usually landscape painters use easels. And that was like one, or there'd be people that would be doing, say, painting, you know, like stuff in a studio. It would be like that have a model come in. Those people sort of used easels, but mostly everybody else in the painting department, nobody used an easel. It was just like, put canvas on the wall and start working on it. So, you know, but I mean, if I'm gonna work on flat work, I'm either on the floor or I'm on a wall. Generally, I'd be on the wall, but if it was small, like I've done paintings lately, but they've been like small watercolors, which are for sale still for another week. If anybody wants any artwork, you could go buy it at artsy.net. Type in Peter Kane, Frosh and Portman, There's stuff for sale. Go get it. There's reasonably priced paintings. I don't know. Go look. If you think that it's $100, you know, if you have to ask, you probably can't afford it. You know, there's different prices. There's some prints there that are very reasonable. They're under 1,000. So that's artsy.net. Can someone send a link? I don't have my computer with me. If you let me go get my computer, I'll post it. I'll go upstairs and get it. How's that? Will that work? I'll be right back. Hang on. Well, I can't afford it right now, but I'd like the SS Turtle. Yeah, that's pretty pricey. I'll post that. Get them while they're hot. I will say this, that I can't live forever and the price of everything's gonna go up, so I'd get it now. The older I get, the more expensive it gets too, so get it now. If you're young, it's an investment. Okay, let's see, artsy.net. See if I can get a link. It says I'm offline. Hang on. Let me refresh this thing. I finally figured out this year that thing that goes like that is refreshing it. People would be like, refresh it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? You know, just, what are you talking about? Copy link address. Okay. Let's see if this works. Hang on. Now if you're looking, look at that dog. I actually wouldn't buy it. I need to have it, man. I am an artist. I make stuff to sell. I don't need to have it. I need to pay my bills. Okay? So if you had the money, I'd appreciate you buying it. Artists don't make, you know, professional artists don't just make stuff. If I don't sell it, if I don't sell stuff, I can't make stuff. Okay? I don't need to have it. That costs a fortune to build. Okay? It costs thousands of dollars to build. This costs money to build. It's about building it. It's not about keeping it. You don't think that you deserve it anyway? Man, you're probably 16 years old. Let's see if that link works. Yeah, there you go. There you go. And then you would click on view all works, I guess. Yep. Yeah, that link will get you there. How about Teespring? You want a link to Teespring? Let's go to Teespring, see if I sold anything lately. Teespring changed their name to, I think, just Spring or something. Which I don't know why they did that. Makes no sense. I did put a new shirt on here recently. They're out of some stuff. Like, it's weird. Like, they're out of orange t-shirts. You know? I'm not really sure what that's about. Bucket hats are officially here. Okay, great. Here, let's go to, I'll get you in here by doing this. Entire cane collection. Here, featured products. What do we got? Let me pick out something. I don't know. I'll find one. Man, I have leggings that are cool as shit. My whole store with the leggings in it, man, those things are great. I sell them occasionally, but I would think that they would be selling like hotcakes. But not really the case. I don't understand how I'm supposed to get a link here. Let's try this. Copy link address. Okay, let's see if this works. There you go. That's artwork. That's a flat work. But I have that's, you know, you want artwork that isn't, you know, it's sort of mass produced and everything. But there you go. You can buy that. But if you want something that's really going to go up in value, you buy from the gallery. That stuff. That's signed original shit. I mean, that's what I would do if I was going to make an investment. Help Jessica understand how they're doing. No, I'm not going to do that. I got shit to do. Entire cane collection. Let's go here. You know, it's like sometimes you're on like a site or something, or you know, you're part, and then they change it, and it just makes everything more difficult. Like, I know that they have to update shit, but I mean, they make it like so totally different. It just, you know, it ends up just being a big pain in the ass. So there's been like months that I don't really post too much of, you know. Here, let's see if this shirt's here. Because I have trouble like finding it because or how to copy it because it just fucking changed. Here's a here's a phone case. That has art on it. It all has art on it. I have a lot of fucking art. I mean, like, lots. I'm looking for a good shirt. Here's a painting of a female Bigfoot. Sort of like what that Bigfoot looked like. Sort of like this. Um, trying to. Here's one. It's called I saw Bigfoot jerking it. Who wouldn't like that for Christmas? Um, I mean, really, like, if I got that for a Christmas present, I'd be like, that's awesome. I'm wearing that out. Because how many people have seen Bigfoot jerking it? A lot. Pretty common. That's what, you know, they're like a bonobo. Uh, here's a T-shirt of the Frogman. Everybody knows who the Frogman is? September 23rd, 1953. It's the day my father shot those Bigfoot. I'm gonna get rid of you here real quick. Hang on. I wouldn't want to wear it because I wouldn't want to embarrass you. I'm gonna leave you, but you know, I think you're treading on thin ice, but I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt. See if we can find a good shirt. And then I'll quit doing this. But, I mean, I have literally hundreds of designs. I have lots and lots of work. I have socks if somebody wants them. Lots of shit. Lots of stuff. I said that to the gallery yesterday. I described myself. You know, what's going on with my shit? She goes, well, we've had lots of traffic of your shit. It's, you know. Verb, I'm waiting for a package. What package are you waiting for? Looking for a super popular shirt. This is one of the problems with Teespring now. Like I have to go through all my stuff to like find something that you know. Here's a sort of popular one. Wanted Jesus Sasquatch. This one has sold quite a bit. Oh, Chuck It? Your Chuck It delivery? I think if I'm not mistaken, I think Leon Lush owns that shirt. No, he owns this one. He owns the black one, Wanted for Crime, Wanted Jesus Sasquatch. He owns that one. I'm looking for my. There's a Dogman shirt. You'd have to just go through them all. Oh, here's a real popular one. Okay. This is titled Poison Ivy on the Ween. Okay. This one has sold quite a bit. It would take a very immature person like myself to wear it. So, and somebody with good taste. So there you go. There's so many. There's one that sells a lot. I'm not a gamer, you are, and it has a blue jay on it. That one sells a lot to gamers. Here's a shirt that says fudge, and then what did I write? We all. Hang on. It's fudge. It's got a. This is fudge. It's weird going through these because I have, I don't know, 500 T-shirts or something. Something ridiculous. I forget that sometimes that I made all of these. Like there's a lot. There's a lot. I make a lot of stuff, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Sometimes I'm working on like an animatronic piece, and I'm looking at it, like how I put it together, and I honestly, I'm like, why did I do it like that? I've also been called the king of merch because I have so much merch. There's a shirt that is the king of merch. Um, you know, you got PewDiePie with 100, and then I have more videos than PewDiePie. I have more merch, yet I have like barely any subs. Do I feel slighted? Yeah, a little bit. Here's a Bigfoot. Jesus Sasquatch 10 foot tall. This one's pretty cool. I like this one. It's black and white. It's pretty badass looking. Later. Later, TY. Here's a Dogman shirt. Dogman Returns to Barn. This is a classic shirt. It could be a stocking stuffer for sure. People would love it. Your boss, you gave that to your boss. You're gonna get a raise. Probably a Christmas bonus. Next Christmas, because they're gonna be like, oh man, I got that sweet shirt last year. I gotta give this person a bonus. There's a lot of Dogman stuff. Lots of Dogman. It just goes on forever. Oh, here it is. I am not a gamer. You are. This is a shirt that sells quite a bit. This is pretty popular. I've even had people contact me and tell me like, man, that shirt is like floating around. A lot of people buy this shirt because it's fucking bitchin'. Here it is. It's my handiwork, of course. It's got a blue jay on it. You'd be loving it. Loving it. You love it. Buy that for your mom and dad, right? If they were boomers, you buy that for them. They're gonna like be like, oh yeah, my kid really loves me. Bought me that I'm not a gamer shirt. You are. There's so many here. There's Sam the Raven. Lots of there's stores. I have several stores. So if you wanted something like oh thank you, somebody gave me $5. I don't know who that is. Thank you, Richie. I appreciate that. So there's stores. Like if you wanted Sam the Raven or you wanted official dog training, you go to the stores that I have, and I have like one for like cups and mugs. I have one for art, like it would be like prints, but not like prints that are at the gallery. Prints at the gallery are about 800, but that's like something that would be something that would be worth some money that we'll appreciate. The stuff on Teespring would be like, I don't know, maybe it would be worth some money at some point. I don't know. Here's a Dogman shirt that's real sweet. It's real sweet. It's very nice of you, Richie. Richie, don't worry about it. He's kind of, you know how it goes with the trolls. Appreciate that, Richie. It's very nice. I was out there in the cold, so I do appreciate it greatly. Now, here's a popular shirt, but I'm going to send it as a mug, and that's Weaponized Bigfoot. That's a painting that I did, right? That'd be a great stocking stuffer. Your girlfriend. You give that to your girlfriend. She's going to love it. And every morning, when she's drinking coffee, she's gonna go, wow, my boyfriend gave me this sweet fucking weaponized Bigfoot mug. You know what I'm saying? Don't think about jewelry and stuff. They don't really like that. They just act like they do. Designer, don't. Get her a designer mug. Now you're talking. Now you're talking. She'd be loving it. She'd love it. You'd find, oh, here's Mango. Here's Mango. Here's a Mango, the small dog, right? It should be Mango, the old dog. That's what it should be. Mango is 23 years old. He's really fucking ancient. There's that. I'm putting them out there for you guys. I'm helping you. I'm helping you with your Christmas problems. Here's something. It's a Frogman, the Frogman. It's a poster, 18 by 24. Okay? This is something that you might want to own. This is something everybody should own. Oh, Toxic's bored? I'm back. It's not here yet, but I'm bored. Okay, Toxic. Not very nice. Toxic's trying to make me cry. Thanks, Toxic. Toxic has seen all this shit. So I would imagine Toxic is a little bored. There you go. I think that's it. Listen. Oh, hang on. Here's one. One more. Here's one. Okay, this would be for your dad. Copy link address. Let's do that. Now this is called Okay Boomer, No Diapers. All right? It's got a picture of me on it. Wouldn't you like a picture? Anybody would want that. I'm like the alpha male, right? You give it to your dad, who's a simp. Okay? There you go. Okay, I'm done doing that. We're done. There you go. There. Help you with your Christmas shopping. Don't have the time. You know what I'm waiting for? Is a White Castle cheeseburger. That's where I'm going. I don't know if I ate breakfast. I don't think I ate anything. We got roast beef in there too. I was gonna make muesli this morning, but I came downstairs. Destiny was making a freaking banana bread. White Castles are really good and good for you. Are those done?
No, not yet.
No?
I didn't put it
Oh my God. I'm gonna have to eat something.
What?
Nothing, baby. Don't worry about it. What else? We also, I took turkey out last night, which I put all the turkey in the freezer. We could have turkey sandwiches too. I know how White Castle, the movie Harold and Kumar. It's funny, right? Go to White Castle is a great adventure for White Castles for sure. I'd eat White Castles in Brooklyn. I'd go eat them there. I'd eat them in Missouri too. I like them, sort of. They're like one of those things that just taste a certain way. You know, they're steamed, which is sort of weird. You know. Have I seen Superbad? No, what's that? Of course I've seen Superbad. Who hasn't? Are you kidding me? That's funny. That's a good movie. I like that. I like that a lot. That is. Napoleon Dynamite's pretty good. That's a worthwhile film. What else? Pineapple Express. That's pretty funny. I laughed at that. What else? There's some funny movies out there. Some it's like a movie that I don't really laugh, but I find entertaining. Is Something About Mary. That's sort of entertaining, but I don't.
Like the Big Lebowski.
I like the Big Lebowski. Sometimes, I don't know if I laugh during that or I'm just entertained.
Right, that's so true.
It's very entertaining. It's comedy, but I'm not like, like I don't start giggling or something. Where Pineapple Express, there were times that I thought it was funny. You know, I love watching those dope smokers, being typical dope smokers, forgetting about stuff. You know how those dope smokers are. Everything is so PC now, really? Well, that's sort of true. Yeah, you can't. I mean, I think about Don Rickles as a comedian. That was racial shit he was getting away with, man. I can't really think of any comedian nowadays that can get away with that. Or even like, what was the idiot? God, I hated him. You know what I'm talking about? A lot of cuss words, filthy, from like the early '80s. God, what's that guy's name? Roll the Dice was an album he did. Andrew Dice Clay. Terrible, racial biased stuff. You know, like most of it was derogatory women's, to women, like misogynistic stuff. You couldn't do that nowadays. There's no way. Don Rickles might still be able to get away with this. What, Bill Hicks? He could still do that. I think so. I don't really see his stuff as like it wasn't overtly, I think his stream of consciousness stuff is like, but I mean, Richard Pryor would do it. It'd be like the black dude talking about the white guy or whatever. There's all the, what was that guy? Was it Jimmy Cliff, the comedian Jimmy Cliff? Jimmy Cliff in Liquid Marijuana or something. It was an album that he put out. You would get it. It was on. It's a classic. But a totally racist shit. But I do see like black dudes can sort of get away with it more than like a white comedian. I still see it. I'll see like an Asian chick that's like, Sarah Silverman did one not too long ago. Like she'll still do racial shit. She got in trouble for that one thing. Like, what was it? I won't say it, but it's like, yeah, they called me for jury duty, and I just really don't want to go. And so I wanted to fill it out and say something racist on it, but I don't want people to think that I'm racist. So I said, I love, and then insert your word. Which, it's a joke. It's a joke, where she sniffed a dude such and such. Big deal. That's no big deal. What, his crotch or something? She sniffed a guy's crotch? It might have been. She's sort of crazy. She'd probably do that. She's sort of crazy, but seems normal. I don't know. She's all right. She's pretty funny. What is up with that? What about what's his name on Jerry Seinfeld? Kramer, that dude. He got in trouble for saying racist shit. Terrible. Like, it's terrible shit. It's, I don't know. I grew up with that Don Rickles shit, and it depends how it's delivered, I guess. Still, I don't know. Listen to Khaki. Khaki. Oh, you need food? I'll get you some more food. Hang on. Hang on, Khakers. You want more? Hang on. I'll set you up. Maybe I'll boil you one of your eggs later too. You like that? Yacky wacky. I gotta go work with baby in a little bit. I taught her to do hang on, kid. I taught her to do a frisbee using a Tractor Supply frisbee, but then I switched her into a chuck it frisbee, which I like. I like them better. Out of the soft frisbees, I like them a lot.
You want to try this?
Sure, I'll try it. What? What? You're
I
grinning.
don't know. It's not.
What do you mean? It looks good.
It's not my proudest work. It's really wet. There's a lot more.
Oh.
It's just really wet.
That's pretty good. I'd take another piece of that. Do me up.
You want more?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
No, I like that kind of stuff. It's like applesauce cake or something.
Hi. Do you want it like a plate?
No. That'd be great, just like that. Destiny's like a little Susie homemaker. She's always in there with this apron on that says chonky on it. I don't know what that means. I said, what is chonky? And she goes, you know, chonkla? And I'm still like, I don't know what you're talking about. But she does, she wears this little apron. I tried Marmite and it tasted mostly like Vegemite, but I want to get it again and compare. Yeah, it's different, but I like it better. I like Marmite better for sure. It's a better product, I think. Thank you.
Tell me if you need another napkin.
No, that's good. That's good. Yeah, it's like a little meal.
There's apples and raisins.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and pumpkin spice, you already know.
It's good. I love it.
Are you?
Seriously, it's good.
Okay, really?
Mm-hmm. It's definitely moist. As soon as you let it cool down, it just chilled up, right?
Yeah.
Chonky. Chonky is a... No, it's not. Yeah. It's pretty good. I like the taste, don't you?
Oh, yeah. I need to like put a lot less butter next to it.
Yeah. But it tastes fine. I like it. What sounds awful, but it's nice? Marmite? I love it. I love it on toast. We're out of it. We don't have any Marmite or Vegemite. Oh, is that right? Is that a cat's name? It's one cat named Chonkers. I know a cat that was 28 pounds. Hawk. It's fucking so bitchin'. It was such a cool cat. Just because he was gigantic. Overweight. Don't get me wrong. He was like stretched, but it'd be like a bucket was 28 pounds. He was morbidly obese. It was a chonker. That's not your last name, Jared. You're not Jared Sims. Is it hard to train a cat? I think that people that get a cat, I think that it's easier to train a cat, sure. I've fasted before, sure. Like when I didn't have any money. I wouldn't eat. You mean just like fast for health issues? Destiny, have you ever fasted like, oh, I'm gonna fast? You look adorable, by the way.
gone like without eating, but it's because I'm working on a project and I'll forget to
Okay.
eat.
Yeah, you do the same thing that I would do. Yeah.
Yeah. But I've never made like a conscious spiritual choice.
Right. I'm gonna fast or something.
But some people it works to lose weight. Like they'll do a intermittent.
That's what I would do, but it was like because I was broke, I'd do it intermittent, and they said the best way to lose weight is to change your eating habits.
Yeah, it's
That
way
is it.
faster than
Yeah. Then like,
working out.
oh, I'm gonna stop eating at McDonald's and drinking soda. Just change your eating. Stop eating crap.
Exactly. Yeah, that works faster than working out.
Sure, but if you work out and change your eating habits, then you really
Yeah,
got
that
something.
sounds- melts off.
That's right.
But people like
Look at you.
there's so much industries like off of like finding the secret to losing weight.
Sure. There's no secret. It's just better diet. Some people say that they have a gland problem, but that's because everything that they shove in their mouth goes right to the big fat gland.
I hear apple cider vinegar is good for the switch.
Oh, sure. That's what J-Lo says.
Yeah,
Apple cider vinegar. There's all kinds of stuff out there that I don't really believe. Like,
apple cider vinegar is good for you at least.
you know how I feel about that comment, like it's good for you.
Oh,
Yogurt's good for you.
Right.
Your banana bread is good for you. There's nothing in that that's bad. It's not overly sweet. You didn't have to add any sugar, right? Because there was already
I just
the
put
sweet fruit.
cinnamon and pumpkin spice.
Yeah. I'll make a cherry pie with no sugar in it. It's
Yeah,
it's
honestly,
not needed.
I never realized since I met you guys, like, oh, you don't have to put sugar and stuff. A lot of the time, it's still good.
Sure, yeah. It's just not needed. That's a lot of extras. Less carbs are good for you overall. Well, older people tend to like not. They want to get rid of carbs. They stop bread and pasta and stuff. But everything in moderation. And one of the things is like, if it's a complex carb, like oats, where you're like burning some of that up by digestion, that makes sense. But if it's like just some carby, hollow carb, don't do that. So I'll eat some stuff. I'll eat some, like I'll eat moo muesli. I put that, which is mostly oats. I'll put that in smoothies, along with some kale, water, some fruit, some other stuff, beet powder, whatever I got around here. Sort of come up with a concoction. That's my story. Yeah, I really like that bread, Destiny. That was pretty good.
There's a lot more.
Why'd you woke up and you're like, I'm making banana bread.
No. I woke up and I went in the fridge and I saw that there were black bananas and I was like,
They're
I should-
perfect.
Yeah, they're like perfect. I should do something with these. And I was like, if I don't do it right now, I'm not gonna make it.
Right.
And then then we raced.
So you just cranked it out.
Yeah. I tried.
With your apron on that says chonky. That's it. I have to finish my yard work, but I just don't want to get up from my desk. Milk makes me really chubby. I gotta go work with baby. I gotta shut this off, I guess. Been on here for 109 minutes. I gotta get my shit together, so to speak. I gotta work with the poodle more too. Fasting is a sacrifice. Stay safe. Thanks, Toxic. I'll see you. I hope you get your chucket. They're awesome. Merlin seems like he's really oh yeah, Merlin's gonna be fine. I might live stream with baby. Yeah, I might. Let me try and wake up a little bit because I feel it coming on. I feel like I'm gonna fall asleep all of a sudden. So, anyway, thanks, Mantis Brawl. I will wait for you. All right. Adil Bazaz, whatever. Oh, it's midnight there? Is that right? Wow. All right, I'll see you guys. Bye.